Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and hello, and welcome to another quick vlog. I don't have very much time before work, so for those of you who like the rushed vlog experience, we're in for a treat for us today. And we come to you today from inside of my cabin, which is actually a lot of fun. We're here because up on top of that little space there, you could barely make it out a little bit. I'm going to try and tilt the camera, and I normally don't like when I do that. My wall is there. We're just going to do that real quick, though, because, so, right up there, this little alcove, my friend Spobe made, and then my friend Sonico made this painting. I'm pretty sure he, like, made that painting and brought it in, but that is a bird painting. A bird made that, and that sounded fun to start this video here, so I did, and now we'll go back to how the framing was, and we'll start the video. I'm here today for a quick update because there is some tremendous amount of copium taking place, but I think it might actually be valid. I don't know where I am in my play space. I'm just a little bit. Alright, so I got some copium and not much time to talk about it. But actually, I think today turned out to be a pretty big success, even though it felt like I didn't change the world, nor did I invent Rome, nor am I like a big Resonite content creator, which I never even wanted to be necessarily, but to make videos about it and just to do things. And I have not yet accomplished all of my dreams. I did give myself a haircut today, and that was nice. And I did edit a little bit of a video that was nice also, but I didn't do everything. And I was down about that for a little bit, but then I became happy about that. And I want to tell you the copium that went into that, like what the brain logic is. And this is super duper related to, it basically is just different words for the same principle that people will say, like, don't compete against other people, only compete against yourself, and celebrate the small victories, opposed to just don't focus on the things you don't have, focus on the things you do have, or the things you did accomplish, opposed to the things you did not accomplish. That's like the kitschy advice or whatever people say when they don't know what they're talking about and they don't actually have a personal investment in what you're doing, and you're like, gee, thanks, I'll just take your boilerplate advice and, like, thanks. But where I come to it today and how I actually come to appreciate where I'm at is a tiny bit different. It's much more nihilistic, but it helped me only recently turn what I thought was like an okay day into like, oh, heck yeah, man, here we go. So now I'll let you guys know about it too. So then we can all join me on the heck yeah front of Phineas Former as he's becoming. And it does have a lot to do with the comparison of past self. That's not the lens I came at it from necessarily, but I guess we'll just get right into the actions I'm talking about here, because I very nearly did not film anything today, and that was on the docket. I'm a filming boy, that's what I've been trying to do, and I've been trying to edit, which I did get done a little bit today, but it felt like a defeat not getting as much done as I had aspired to. Then I remembered, not by way of logically comparing myself to my past self, I was just kind of like thought through 1 week ago, filming anything at all would have been an absolute pipe dream because I am in a period of darkness right now, which I think we know that by now. Phineas has just been going through a tremendous amount, and you know, accomplishing anything, giving myself a haircut, even showering has been really hard to do lately, let alone filming or editing and trying to get to the endeavors. Being social, none of it was ever happening. Even just a week ago, I was struggling so much. I still am a little bit. Those are just the actions that I'm taking, in spite of being challenged on the inside. And so far, it's been met with success, but I'm not able to really feel much of that success because I'm still in a challenged space. We'll get there. That was just a quick aside. Before we can proceed, I think it's important to understand a certain respect I have for that fellow of a week ago. The pain of not being able to get anything done. The shame of all I feel like doing is curling up in a burrito and crying. I don't know that you should call it shame, but I was feeling that, and I knew really keenly where I was. I was pretty mired in it, and I think you have to accept the fact that I was unable to film anything. That's sometimes shameful. You don't want to think too hard about the fact that you can't get anything done. But I think feeling how bad it actually feels is important for this next step. I suppose it goes like this. If you have an itemized list of, say, 50 individual life things that you weren't able to get to, wasn't able to film today, wasn't able to reach out to a friend, wasn't able to do laundry, wasn't able to shower, wasn't able to all these things that disappoint you in your behaviors when you're not doing well, bear with me, please. But say you do have a list of all of these things that you don't like. That's an itemized list where you're capable for improvement. So now you have a list of 50 things, any one of them you could focus on, and you've automatically checked off more boxes than you did a week ago when you were unable to accomplish any tasks, and you have kind of a list of the individual things that you could work on. But now I'm just going to step back and go broad spectrum on this, because knowing I have this great big list of just 1 week ago, everything was too hard for me. Uh, then today, after I've had like my small successes, then I can just like, okay, well, there we go. Like, because I was in such a negative space, I suppose, any amount of positive, there you go. That's improvement. That's it. And after having had a pretty successful morning, granted I didn't accomplish everything in the world, but it was a successful morning. I took time after my after trimming myself and just getting nice and presentable for no reason because I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure Spec likes what I've cleaned up, but whatever. But I took extra time chatting with some friends online, which I hadn't really done for a while, and I watched the videos and I had my lunch and just had some leisure for a time. And I was a little bit fighting off, like, well, you should get back to work, get busy. You have an entire everything to do. And I did some of it, but I had the room to do more, and I was instead engaging in leisure time. That felt bad for a little bit, but also I was leaning into it and just kind of having a good day. Here's the copium that solves the whole thing. Just based on like the list of things I did that I could not have done a week ago, I was doing better than I had done a week ago. That's my progress, that's my growth, that's all that you're looking for, that's all that you need, that's steady improvement, etc. And I gotta be done pretty soon here, but basically all I'm saying is that bar is so low. So low. Are you kidding me right now? If I'm comparing myself to a week ago, that's a low ass bar. That is just like, oh wow, I did one thing. It's like, hell yeah, man. You did a thing. Like, that's it. And I did like a few things today, which felt really good. And it's nothing compared to the eternity of things, something I toy around with. On the time scale of infinity, I have made hardly any progress at all, which I feel all of the time. And I feel like I never make any progress at all. But I did, in fact, make more progress and do more than I could have done 1 week ago. And I was able to enjoy leisure time also. And it's like, oh, be productive. And it's like, man, I beat my personal best of a week ago, and I could just kind of celebrate that. But the fact that the bar is so low means I have to do hardly anything at all. And it's like a success, right? Like, not even the bare minimum, because if that's like too much for me to hit like a little bit, you know? Like do one more thing than you did a week ago, and you're improving, and then suddenly you don't have to do anything else because you did a good job already. You already improved. Oh, I'm better than I was. There you go. You improved. Now you can take the rest of the day off. I don't know if it's supposed to work that way. I don't know if it actually works that way, but that is what helped me have a better day today, as I took some of the time off to have lunch and engage in just being social and having just a good regular day for a little bit, because I had already accomplished more than I would have done a week ago, more than I could have done a week ago, which is steady progress and growth. And you don't have to do all of it all at once. So long as you're better than you were, you're done. And if you have spare time after you're done being better than you were, then you can do whatever you want, because you're already better than you were. You don't have to win this competition here. Save some for later. So I saved some for later. Hopefully it works out. And I gotta go soon. But one last thing to bring up. I even filmed this. Right before work, I filmed this, and I wasn't even really expecting to. I didn't think that I was going to be able to, because I was just low on time. But I was in a good mood, and I like filming when I'm in a good mood, and I like filming even when I'm not in a good mood, but those are not videos that I usually like. But I was in a good mood, and then I thought about this gymnastic, and I was like, I gotta share my gymnastic. And so then I shared the gymnastic, and I'm really happy with the gymnastic. And so now I'm like super duper even better than I was a week ago, because then also, when was last time Phineas felt like filming a gymnastic, right? Like, it's a beautiful time. I gotta go to work, which is less of a beautiful time. But I'm not too worried about it, because I had a pretty good day before work, and I got lots done, and I'm pretty happy with this video. And I'm pretty sure I know, like, it's got thoughts, and things are ruminating and growing. We're getting there. We're on the way, and this was part of the way today. So now we're gonna go. I can never go out of frame slowly these days. I got really bummed out when I was editing last time. Hey, this is going pretty good. This is going pretty good, and my play space is the right size. I can like kind of scoot As I scoot, I'm out of room now, though, so I gotta go. Bye, guys.